Now, we all know Keith Thurman got a mean mouthpiece. Did the former unified welterweight champion just talk his way into another title fight? Stay tuned. What's up, fam? Welcome to Big Faces Worldwide, where we talking nothing but this boxing, man. Hey, man, listen, first off, I want to welcome everybody to the channel. And like I always say, fam, if you're new here, I need you to be here. So think about hitting that subscribe button as we stay knee deep into this boxing conversation, man. Now, recently, I may be a week or so late with this story, man, but, you know, it's been on my mind and I want to talk about it, man. Recently, Yordenis Ugas, the WBA regular champion, he was elevated to the super champion once the sanctioning body decided to strip the living legend Manny Pacquiao, man. Now, Pacquiao has been rumored to fight in Conor McGregor, Ryan Garcia, with seems no clear intention of unifying with guys like Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. You know, the fights that the people want to see. And it seemed like he was holding up the welterweight division, man. Now, Manny Pacquiao has not fought, which is almost about 2 years, when he defeated Keith Thurman, you know, who we talking about, man. He defeated him in a very close razor decision, man. A decision which I thought could have warranted a draw, man. I thought Keith Thurman came back in that second half, man, and did the damn thing, man. I think what stopped it being a draw, or what stopped Keith Thurman's comeback, was the body shot in the 10th round. The body shot in the 10th round was just too much for the judges to bear, too much for everybody to witness and, you know, feel comfortable giving Keith Thurman a draw or a win. But nevertheless, man, Manny Pacquiao was stripped of his title. And, you know, Keith Thurman went on the Boxing Voice, shout out to Ness, did an interview with the Boxing Voice where he was very amplified, sounded very hungry, you know, wanting to get back into the mix. You know what I'm saying? He talked about Yordenis Ugas, and, you know, he was explaining how a fight between Yordenis Ugas and himself would make, should he beat Thurman, would make Ugas a bigger star for the pay-per-view with Errol Spence. You know, because as of right now, nobody really knows Ugas. You look on his Twitter page, I think he got like 7,000 followers. When you look at these other guys like Errol Spence, Tank Davis, and even Keith Thurman, these guys have hundreds of thousands. You know, I think Tank got a couple million. Ryan Garcia got 8 million. You understand what I'm saying? So there's guys out there with hundreds of thousands of followers on these social media platforms. And then you got Yordenis Ugas with 7,000. So Keith Thurman is right. A fight with Keith Thurman would boost his popularity, and should he win that fight, man, I think it'll grow tremendously, man. I think it'll grow tremendously. Now, personally, I don't think that he can beat Keith Thurman. I think Keith Thurman is just too skilled, got too much tools in the toolbox, man. You know, his movement alone, I think, will be just too much for Yordenis Ugas. Keith Thurman can stay on the, you know, on the back foot and on the outside and just, you know, dip and dab and come in and come out and, you know what I'm saying, tear Ugas' ass up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people thought Yordenis Ugas beat Shawn Porter in a very, very close fight, where, you know, Shawn Porter won the WBC title, later to lose against Errol the Truth Spence. But nevertheless, people are excited to see, hardcore fans are excited to see Yordenis Ugas back in the ring, man. And I think it's a good thing that, you know, he has the chance to be the super champion. I think, you know, he deserves to be, man. Ugas has been, you know, trying to grind his way up the rankings, man. He's been doing this thing, you know what I'm saying, fighting all comers, man. Like I said, people thought he beat Sean Porter in that fight out there in California. I know it was cold. There was about 10 people in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, man, it was a decent fight. It was a decent fight, man. But Keith Thurman has a point. Keith Thurman, he wants Earl Spence. He wants Terrence Crawford. Keith Thurman seems to want all this smoke now that he doesn't have a title. He knows to be real relevant and to, demand the respect and demand the type of fights and respect that he wants. He has to hold a title. Without a title, he's just a guy. A top welterweight who used to be champion. Keith Thurman don't sit well with him. You know what I'm saying? That don't sit well with One Time. One Time's hungry, man. I can hear it in his voice. It seems like he's that One Time of old, the way he was talking on the boxing voice, man. And I saw we ever wanted from Keith Thurman, man. But, as a Keith Thurman fan, I had sort of jumped off the bandwagon, man, once, I really, really thought about, Keith Thurman, his energy ain't right about Earl Spence. At the time, he did not want to fight Earl Spence. I'm going to go ahead and say it. It seemed like Keith Thurman went in and ducked Earl Spence, and Keith's my guy. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to keep it 100 with you, man. He ducked Earl Spence. It seemed like he didn't want that smoke. His plan was to meet Earl Spence at the end. He thought both of them keep winning, and Earl Spence was going to be his Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Like Floyd and Manny, that's what he wanted his Earl Spence fight to be, man. But just so happened that, Manny Pacquiao came along, called Keith Thurman out, and, Keith Thurman, while injured, he couldn't turn that fight down, man. He had to take that fight. He had to take it, man. But let's take a pause for the cause, man. I got something I want to tell y'all. Hold up, fam. The hard part is over, man. You clicked on the video. Now, the easy thing is, hit on that bell icon, subscribe to the channel, and you'll get all the videos. You'll get notified when I drop more heat. In the meantime and in between time, stay blessed, fam, and stay safe. Peace out. The Keith Thurman situation warrants attention because Yordenis Ugas, he answered Keith Thurman in a tweet on Twitter, man. He said that, Keith Thurman makes a lot of sense. If he was to fight him and beat him, his popularity will grow, and therefore that means more revenue. Should he beat Thurman and go into a pay-per-view fight with Earl Spence, man? Just by Ugas putting out that tweet lets me know that he and his team is thinking about it, man. You know what I mean? It makes sense to Ugas. It makes sense to me. It makes sense. It should make sense to everybody. You know what I mean? Keith Thurman makes a point, man. If he wants to maximize his revenue in the Earl Spence fight, if he feels that he can beat Keith One Time Thurman, then I think that's the route to take. Go up against Keith Thurman, and should you beat him, because Keith Thurman going to demand eyes on him. No matter what you feel about One Time, he going to demand the eyes, man. Keith Thurman going to talk that shit. He going to have them press conferences heated. You know what I mean? He going to get up in your face. He going, he going to talk. He going to do his part in the promotion. You know what I'm saying? He always does his part in the promotion, which is exciting as entertaining. So I hope Ugas go ahead and make that fight, man. Therefore, in my opinion, Keith Thurman will get that belt back, and he'll be right back in the mix of with Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford, and himself. You know what I'm saying? So if those guys want to be undisputed, they're going to have to come through Keith Thurman, man. And, Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao, their pay-per-views have done the highest numbers in recent years as far as pay-per-views. I think they did, 500,000-600,000. You know what I'm saying? Earl Spence is doing very good. You know what I mean? 300,000-400,000, somewhere in between that. But, Manny Pacquiao and Keith was able to do $500,000-600,000, man, and I think that is a very, very good number, especially right now. especially right now. But we'll see what happens, man. Hopefully them two get the contract signed. Hopefully they can get into the mix, and Keith Thurman can get back in the middle of this thing, man. Because I think he deserves it. It blows my mind that Keith Thurman was champion for all that time, unified champion, and he's not awarded a rematch clause. He does not have a rematch clause in place. You know what I'm saying? It seems like these guys with Manny Pacquiao, they just bow down and let Pacquiao dictate the terms when, they're the champions, man. There was no VADA testing. You know what I'm saying? There was no rematch clause. Manny Pacquiao decided the gloves. Manny Pacquiao decided the ring. Manny Pacquiao decided this. Manny Pacquiao this. Manny Pacquiao that. Manny Pacquiao was in charge of this fight, man. He was the A side of this fight, and Keith Thurman was the champion. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Manny Pacquiao commands that type of respect, but as a champion, I feel that you should have some type of integrity, some type of self-respect, where you're gonna draw the line somewhere and say, hold up. I'm giving in to all these demands, but one thing that I do need, I am the champion. Give me a rematch clause. If I lose this fight, put a rematch. Let me get an opportunity to win my title back. And it wasn't there, man. Manny Pacquiao said after the fight, I heard it out of his mouth, Keith Thurman hit hard. That was the hardest he ever been hit, man, by Keith Thurman. He had to go to the hospital and make sure he was all right. He was slurring his words. He was disoriented the next day. You know what I'm saying? He was taking some hard leather in that second half of that fight by Keith Thurman, man. It's that had him stunned momentarily. But credit to Pacquiao, he was able to recuperate, rejuvenate, and get back into the fight. Now, a lot of people speculate that's because there was no VADA testing. But we have no proof of Manny Pacquiao doing anything illegal, Manny Pacquiao doing anything foul. So we can't put that jacket on him. You know what I'm saying? And if it was, it's Keith Thurman's fault. Keith Thurman let it happen. Say he don't care about VADA testing. He don't care about this. He don't care about that. All he care about is fighting Manny Pacquiao for the biggest payday of his career. Come on, man. You can't be so thirsty as a champion. Sometimes it gotta come down to the integrity of the sport, man. Before the money. I know this is a business. Everybody want to make money, but these guys at the top, these elite fighters, they're going to make money regardless. You know what I'm saying? It may take a fight or two more to make the type of money you will make against Manny Pacquiao, but you're going to make it. No need to bend over backwards for this guy, man. You know what I'm saying? No need to bend over backwards. But one thing that's peculiar to me, odd to me, strange to me, is that a week or so after Manny Pacquiao is stripped from his title, this guy announces that he is in training for a legacy-defining fight. I gotta take a pause on this. We're gonna take a pause of this video real quick. I want to remind you about the movie that we're doing called Little Duke Boy, man. It's coming out real soon. So be on the lookout for it, man. You can check out the teaser. It's on the channel. Also, check us out on Instagram at Big Faces Worldwide, all one word. Or you can check out Little Duke Boy on Instagram, man. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can be notified when we dropping more videos about this boxing shit and about this movie. Peace out. If you was going to take a legacy-defining fight a week after you're stripped, why allow them to strip you in the first place? Why not tell the sanctioning bodies of your intentions? I'm sure the legend, the great Manny Pacquiao, would be allowed to go another week before announcing that he has a legacy defining fight. I just know it. But we'll see what happens, man. We'll see if it's in fact Terrence Crawford, if it's in fact Earl Spence or Keith Thurman rematch, whatever it's going to be. We'll see if it's legacy defining, and if it is legacy defining, why the hell would you give up your title and then go into a legacy defining fight. It just doesn't make sense, man. But we'll see as everything unfolds what happens. I'm sure they got they got some smart people around them. I'm sure they got everything figured out, man. So hopefully we can get inside their brain shortly and understand why they made this move and what's their next move. But listen, man, I appreciate everybody tuning in, man. If you have not been around, we are making a movie called Lil Duke Boy, man. Big Faces Worldwide Entertainment Group. That's the entertainment side of Big Faces Worldwide, man. We're doing a movie called Lil Duke Boy. It's coming out this year, so strap up and be ready for it. You can also go on Amazon and cop the book. It is written by my partner Tennille Chaffin. You can go in there and cop that. It's a real good read, man. Go ahead and read it before you see the movie, man, so you can understand what's going on before the movie starts. And when you see it unfold, you already be somewhat in the loop. You understand what I'm saying? But if you're on social media, check me out at Big Faces Worldwide on Twitter and on Instagram, and that's all one word. And in the meantime and in between time, stay blessed and keep on supporting the sport that we love called boxing. Peace. I holla back.